We're back. I'm home from Calgary. Thankful that I did make it home because there's a lot of snow there now.
A
lot.
I want snow, Doug.
I had a light dusting that I had to drive through on my way from Edmonton because I drove after the Open, drove up to Edmonton to see some family. I got an uncle that's not doing very good. Wasn't able to see him when I was there, but because he was going I was going to go visit him in the hospital, getting transferred to a hospice, so I wasn't able to meet up with them. But yeah, then on my way back from Edmonton to Calgary, light dusting. I even sent you some pictures. Paul's taking time out. Okay, he is at the Price is Right live tonight, and he's taking time out to watch us.
Price is wrong.
Yeah, well. Next weekend, Wisconsin Badgerland Tournament. Unfortunately, I'm working. So, yeah, I won't be there.
Me too. I will be selling fruit.
Okay. I do have coming up at a later time. I'll talk the weekend after that. I'll be busy. I'll talk about that at a later date. But yeah, so we kind of talked off air here. Kind of tired right now, so it's probably going to be like a 3-hour show because I am a little long day. Had the little chilly by the lake, Ontario today. What to watch the Argos? Because while I was in Calgary, I got an email saying, "Hey, you still have your deposit. Do you want to use that on tickets to an Argo game?" Because I was going to be involved with another person running another cornhole tournament with the Argos, which is an MLSE company, and we were all set up to do it. We were going to do it pre-game with the Argos, have the final at halftime on the big screen. It was all going to be awesome. But then they were like, okay, yeah, we'll take $8,000 up front for the tickets. We're doing this for your charity. We want you to sell the tickets. We're just going to kind of do this tournament for you, but you want us to pay $8,000 up front. Yeah. So I still have my $50 deposit in there. I used that for the tickets today.
You got that kind of cash just laying around.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Just anywhere. So today was the first day I've seen the Argos back in the 80s at the old exhibition stadium. They were playing Edmonton. They lost. I watched them at the old Sky Dome against Winnipeg on, I think it was Matt Dunnigan's return game against Winnipeg, or he was coming back. I forget. But Argos lost that game. We did one where they played Saskatchewan a couple years ago with Cornhole. With KW, they lost that game. Today, they're playing Ottawa in the Eastern semifinal to go and play Montreal. They get the win 58-38, so they finally won a game with me in attendance.
Well, hey, at least you had a more fun day than I did. I talked to a college recruiter.
Okay.
So just to get my daughter looked at to go to school because she wants to be a cheerleader in Division I. We hired a company to help us get her in front of more coaches and to help me and my wife to spend more money on camps and higher tuition bills.
Well, you know what? I said we were going to talk about the game today as well because I want to kind of talk. And you saying cheerleaders brings in the game. Typically Canadian. The first, because it was on TV here, the first commercial break, they bring out the alumni cheer squad. Yep. Cheerleaders from the past, like the 80s and 90s, out on the field. I texted Ben about it. He said, were their pom-poms low? They kept their pom-poms pretty low. Possibly.
Oh.
Right?
Ooh.
And then,
that is
sorry, go ahead.
I said, that is atypical Canadian.
Not finished there. We have a halftime show, which is done up on a concourse that you really can't see. It was only able to be shown on their big screen. Okay. Was the U2 tribute band Desire.
Well, they're pretty relevant right now.
Yeah, well, it's a tribute band. Yep.
Well, YouTube's been in the news so much lately that I would definitely go get them.
Yeah. Well, this is just lead up to the Jonas Brothers who are doing the Grey Cup. So. Yep.
Yeah, that's it's very Canadian of you to bring back the old timey cheerleaders.
Yeah, the alumni cheer squad and the U2 tribute band for the halftime show.
Listen, cheerleaders down here in the U.S., when they stop cheering, they just date the ex-head coach of the Patriots.
True. They were some of the alumni cheerleaders were actually sitting beside Grayson and I, and they had their kids with them as well, and some had their grandkids, possibly.
Oh,
it's Toronto.
It's Toronto.
What can I say? But yeah, seeing a lot of people in the chat already. Well, we got 10, I believe here. Yeah, coming off. So we do have some stuff that's going down in the States. The Open in Little Rock, I believe it is. I think so.
I have it up here. I don't know where they are, but
yeah, I think they're in Little Rock. I wasn't able to watch much last night because I worked all day. Then Grayson had a hockey game last night. Been in Toronto all day, so I haven't been able to watch. So if people have watched it or want to comment on it, it'll help me out to know what's going on down there.
Yeah, right now up we have Ryan Trainer and Devin Harbaugh against Sammy Soto and Gavin Cano. Ryan and Devin are up 9-0 right now. And they are throwing, it looks like Vipers.
Oh.
It is some type of ultra bag. So, not a bag from any of his sponsors.
No, and let's see here. Andrew Spencer saying Caitlin Allhouse won her first women's singles title. We'll say it that way. Yesterday.
Well, there are two people in the chat right now that I believe are in the Queen seat.
And they're in the chat?
And they're in the chat, yeah. No, that would be Derek and Andrew.
Okay. Yeah, because there is a regional that's going on in St. John's. There's also one that's going on in Oshawa, Rude Rebel with Keaton, which I'm glad that he's able to get out of bed and he's doing some live feeds. So
regional doubles right now.
Yes. Yep. And seeing Byron in the chat. Byron, I got no idea where he gets energy from. Like I seen him, he was at the one bar up on the dance floor for like probably 3 hours straight on Friday night. Because he was there Saturday for doubles, and then had to leave for Sunday. But just the man's got energy. Like he was even up there like doing like break dancing fast to like slow songs.
What?
I got no idea how he got it. It was a show.
He was just feeling it.
He was feeling it, and yeah, so it was great because I got to be able to hang out with him. Got to hang out with some of the other friends I met in Calgary last year. Well, I say last year, but it was only like 6 months ago, and back in April. But yeah, it was probably, and I kind of said it on the live feed. I said it on the little live thing that I did on Tuesday night when I was waiting for 3 extra hours at the airport because I couldn't check in until 2 hours before my flight. Yeah, and that it was probably our best Open to date.
Well, and that's the fastest one back to back, right? All the rest of them have been almost a year apart.
Yes.
Was the closest because of just the way the schedule fell?
Yep. But no, I think just from the gameplay to like even everything behind the scenes, everything just went so smooth. I can't, believe like there was great connection, great, back and forth between the table and myself at the live feed. Venue, as Rob Ayers said, venue was amazing. We had some people sitting above me. Thank you for not throwing anything down on top of me. But no, it was just fantastic all around. Like Wi-Fi worked great, except for the computer just crashing on me on Sunday morning during doubles play. But it was just some great cornhole all around all weekend.
Yeah, I was able to watch most of the broadcast throughout the couple of days I was back here working. But a lot of great energy on the boards and at the table, I must say too, Doug. Really loved what is going on up there. There's some really great games happening, and starting to see a lot of new faces.
Yes,
come in live feed and start to throw at a much higher level. So it looked like I can't wait to see the next Open up there because I think it's only going to get better.
Yeah, I feel we had a lot of people went for the bigger shots this time because we've had so much conservative cornhole. We're just going to slide it in, board it, slide it in, board it. We had a lot of people going for some shots. I was talking with Trey and Logan at one point on Saturday during doubles, and Simone Dallaire from Quebec came up and was was like, "Oh, sorry, I have to ask Logan a question." He was like, "How do you throw your roll bag? What's your secret to your roll bag?" And Logan's like, "I just throw it." Right? And then Logan showed him his grip and showed him how to do it. And then I said to Logan, I was like, you know what, we should probably charge $5 for people to stand around the court. You show how to throw your roll bag. And he kind of laughed at it. And then he had 30 other people come up to him and ask him the same question. I was like, should have charged the $5.
Could have paid for his weekend.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Simone's next, 2 games later, Simone's up on the live feed and he's rolling bags. Every bag is a roll bag. And then everyone else starts, Derek found how to throw a roll bag. Everyone's now roll bag city up here. And it was just, Logan has started the roll bag up here even more.
Well, Derek throws a really great bag that is really good to roll. Those tight darts. I mean, you see it all the time.
And Logan, I know Logan's another company, but Logan was rolling the Titan darts great. And then even I've sent it into the ACL Canada, but if you watched the live feed, one of their games, I believe it was before playing Peter Gunn and Simone Dallaire, Logan actually stepped up, crunched the Titan bag, the Titan dart into a little ball, basketball shot, airmail. They can be shot anyway, which I think some people were like, can you actually do that in a game? And you can throw overhand if you want. There's nothing in the rules that say you have to throw underhand.
The other organization does have that, though.
Okay, well.
The ACO does have only underhand.
Okay, and then we did have a little bit of controversy up there as well. We had the new rule this year.
Ooh, yes.
The step over rule was called during singles. So we had one player who stepped over a couple times, then the official director, Matt, came to the court, and then it was called 2 more times throughout the game. Right, which then affected the score of the game. This could have it went the other way. Yeah. So
get to that point, there are ramifications once the was called over, and I believe there might have been was there a DQ in that game, Doug?
No, it was just the points that were taken away.
Oh, points!
Right, it's you're right. So, but then the other thing that what frustrates me is then there was a whole bunch of other players that were talking later on that were like, oh, if it was me, I wouldn't have said anything. Well, then here's the deal. Everybody bitched about it before this year, before this rule came in, right? Now, rules in, it gets called. Oh, I wouldn't have called that.
But why wouldn't you have called it? I mean, listen, here's the thing. There's certain things that, you're just going to let go throughout the game. Somebody doing the flippities with the bags and other stuff like that. But when you're really looking at, the timing and the focus that you need in this game right now, sorry, if somebody's messing with you on that, I would call it.
So with Byron there. So the what happened was, and here's the other thing was, it was on the fourth bag. It was on his last bag. The couple times that he got called after the director was called to the court. So fourth bag, throws the bag, step, follow through, right? So the bag hadn't hit the board yet, and he was already with us in a follow through on his fourth, and it was the last bag of the round.
That is clear in the rules that says you cannot do that. And listen, I don't think it's, and that's why I think I like right now that there's a lot of opens before it gets into pro play, because I think a lot of the pro players have to learn that rule, because a lot of them have a tendency to do that on the last bag, right? Especially if they're the second thrower, to really start to just release the bag, start the walk down, especially if it's a bad round and you've given up some points and you're a little frustrated or you're trying to come from behind. A lot of players have that tendency to start walking, and I think it's just something that they're going to, maybe a couple of people have to get called on it a couple times. Just remember not to do it when it actually means a lot more.
And like I said, these couple times it did happen was on a hard push. So,
hard bag push?
Yep. Yes. It was, yeah. So that's, so it's kind of, I guess it's like I say, Canada's the one to do stuff first. So we would get the big stuff, because it was in I believe
was that a semis or
fifth place game, I believe, in singles. So
yeah, it was moving towards the money. I mean, you get that deep into a tournament, you're going to call it. I don't care who you are, you're going to call it, right? And to not call it for sportsmanship, don't give me that BS. Don't. Come on. You were in the same position, and you were there to go to fourth place or third place to get that much closer to the podium. You're calling it. I'm sorry. Like, the reason Tom Brady was so good, the reason Tiger Woods was so good, is because they read the rule book and understood it inside and out, where they could get their advantages against their opponent, and they took every single one of those advantages. I know a couple instances where Tiger Woods actually had to explain the rule to a PGA official just for where his ball lay. You know what I mean? So, like, you want to understand what's going on around you so that you can, and it's not taking advantage of the rule, it's just highlighting the rule to give you maybe that advantage you need in the moment, right? So I'm all for it.
Yeah, and the other thing that I really liked also was that in our pro singles event, I want to say 3 of the top 5 spots were taken by rookies. And even the championship, William T2, threw fantastic all weekend, gets the win over Brandon Brown in the final. So a rookie, somebody like, he was in the pro division last year. No, he was a pro qualifier. So he qualified in 3 of the 4 events as a pro.
Yeah, he had the play-in pros, right?
He was one of the play-in pros, and so yeah, that's he is a rookie this year. He is he's got the asterisk beside him, I guess.
Yeah, well, because the thing with it last year was, no matter how many times you got into the pro division by that play-in bracket, you still did not get a card. You still had to qualify this year, right?
Yep.
So it didn't matter. You could have done the play-in qualifier and won a couple tournaments and still not get the pro spot. You know what I mean? Because you were not just automatically handed it. You had to keep going to get there.
Well, I think that was one thing we had kind of some people talked about this year, because Guillaume Tremblay in that same spot as well. He is a rookie this year, although he did finish 6th in pro points last year as a qualifying, because him and Carl Menard did win the Calgary event last year. So Quebec taking down the doubles last year, and then this year, because William T2 did the double, did the Trey Birchfield, if you will, of the pro division here, took down the pro singles and the pro doubles with his partner Samuel Bebo. And Samuel Bebo all weekend was just airmail city. Like it was just, I'm like, I was looking back at like the highlights I was clipping out, and I'm like, I've got like 10 highlights of just airmails that he's throwing over top of people and dragging bags.
I may have to talk to the boss and just maybe get a trophy made up of people just getting birched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's I think this year is we're off to a fantastic start, and I think we're anywhere, just we're going up, and I know that it was today, I believe. I think it was today the registration opened up for Niagara, which is in a month, and I kind of said it Tuesday night there, and I kind of said to some other people, kind of just in talking, that I feel that especially St. John's this year, if you do not have a platinum membership, you are probably not going to be able to register for that tournament.
So now I get a question.
Yep.
I'm not necessarily coming to St. John's to play cornhole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to St. John's to hang out with the family. But I have a platinum membership.
Yes.
Does that work the same way for me in Canada that it does in the U.S.? Because it's just a platinum membership, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not an ACL Canada or ACL.
No, it's just, you just need an ACL platinum membership.
ACL platinum. Okay.
Just need a platinum membership.
So I just need a platinum to get in.
Kim is at her team's baseball getaway and getting in shit every time she tries to watch. So he has to, Kim, just tell him we're probably going to say nice things about your son. But, well, you know what? Steve had a rough time in Calgary. Standing there minding his own business, and Brian Conway, the underdog, stepped on his nice white shoe. So something I've tried to do every time I'm around Steve, and he usually gets out of the way. This time, Brian Conway just stumbles in, scuffs up the white shoes. He was not happy.
Oh. See, I'm that guy that always has to step on your shoes.
Yeah, I've tried. As he had it wasn't a good weekend for his white stuff, because he also had the white octane hat that he has just he's kept great all the time. He put that in to go through the scanner at the airport. It falls out of the bin and gets all.
Did it get chewed
dirtied up?
Belt?
It just got dirtied up.
Oh, so in the chat, Candy saying Austin saying hi, Bruce. So Austin had his golf championship for his school this week. Shot a 66. So great season for him. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, it's probably way better than I could golf.
Way better than I could golf.
Well, it's like I say, for me, whenever I play golf, the only time I hit any balls really good is when I step on the rink. But yeah. Okay, I'm now just seeing the picture that Derek sent that at 8:46 that he's in the king seat with Spencer.
Yeah, so for 8:46, what is that? That they're behind us, right? So that's what, like, this is.
Oh no, so sorry, 8:46 for me that I received it. So that was like what, 20 minutes ago. So they're waiting.
Yeah, but that makes it. They're at what, 9:46 though, right?
No, so that'd be an hour and a half. So they are actually 10:30 there right now, and they're still. Oh, they're gonna go till past midnight.
Yeah, listen, they forced me to download another whole friggin' clock. Yeah, they're 10:38 right now. Oh my goodness. They forced me to download another world clock just so I could figure out what is going on in life.
Their league nights, they go till like after midnight all the time anyway. But
Jesus.
But yeah, so also with Calgary, I really like that there was a lot of people made me look smart, and I'm very happy for that. Because I did my winging it ones to watch each morning, and I talked about Crystal Hagens threw very well at the first Open in the U.S. Down in Rock Hill, and she continued that up here. She wins her first women's singles title. I said I was interested in seeing how Kathy Seibel threw as well. Kathy is in the queen seat then gets double dipped by Crystal in the final. But Kathy finishes second. Last year I believe she finished 5th in women's singles in Calgary. But she gets up to second place, threw very well. And then even in the lower divisions for the next day, I was wanting to watch the DeTomasas family, Dave the father, Kevin the son. They win tier 2 doubles. Right, so great job by them to do that. Then singles play on Sunday morning. Jackie Lunsman, great thrower. As I said, and I did a little reel on Facebook there that I said to her that she's a great player. She says that she's not, and she lies, and she did one more time, right? And she won the novice singles there, which is her second win. It's no matter what division you're in, a win is a win, and I look for her to probably get another win at some point this year. And so it's just I love when players just go and we get new names or some people that I'm kind of watching, because there's all this big stuff, to what, who are you going to pick? Who's your top 5 to finish? I'm more of a who would I like to see play well, or see if they can pick up any of their stuff, right? Or pick up their game, or how they're going to do it in open, because it's just that's what I love watching, is people not overplaying where they should be. Is not the right word, but just, you know what I mean? Like, just really kind of showing out.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, listen, some of them, may have overplayed a little bit than what we expected them to do. And I think that's okay to say, because they had a great showing, and they really, they played their hearts out there, and, really, are just starting to put their name in the conversation, which is
Yes.
And I'm going to answer a question there in the chat from Candy. Mitch tied for 13th at Battle of the Queens.
Yes.
So she was tied for 13th overall. So
yeah, so she's actually going to be coming on next week to talk about that, because I was like, hey, you want to come on Saturday? And she's like, no, I'm at a cornhole tournament. So she's going to come on next week to talk about that. But looking at her post she made here, Friday she finished tied for 5th overall in the blind draw crew cup. Saturday in singles, she went 3-1 in rounders. Finished 49th of the 260 women in singles. And then in doubles with Jody Naftel, they finished 13th of the 128 teams. So really, not a bad showing for Michelle.
Not a bad showing. I mean, they
all
really
weekend
there and had fun. I talked to her over the weekend while she was down there, and they kind of became some great ambassadors for Cornhole in Canada. Once they
she said she got to talk to a lot of pros that she had talked with before. That and Michelle's kind of blunt, and she said, before you kind of didn't give me the time of day, but we're talking now, and they all apologized, which I knew that they would, because of the way that I knew those people. So
I think I had the same conversation.
Yes.
No, it's great. They went down there and they got to hang out. It was kind of funny because I was talking to her on Saturday, and I asked her if she saw one of my friends, Michelle, and she's like, "Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people. I don't know."
Yeah.
And like the next day, she sends me a picture. She goes, "Oh, you didn't tell me it was this person," because I used Michelle's full name. I said Michelle Horde, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't realize it was her."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't use nicknames. I used proper names. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's and it's that was the same way with me in Calgary, and I kind of laughed at and if this person watching, I think I may know now who that person was. I'm still not sure if I'm fully correct. So if that person is in the chat, or any of the person's family's in the chat, the Friday night I was like, I'm tapping out. I'm going up. I'm dead tired. I'm going up to my room. Because I was staying at the casino, I just had to walk. Everyone else had to go across the street or drive somewhere else. I just had to down a hallway to an elevator, and I was just going up to my room. Elevator opens up as I'm going to go up to the room, and someone walks out, and they're like, "Hey, Doug," and I'm like, "Hey." I'm not exactly fully sure. I now think I may know I think it may be one of our new ACL Canada pros. I believe. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was just kind of funny because I had that with so many people on the weekend. It was like, just because doing the show, people see me, they know me now, and it's fun that way, right? So it's, yeah, that was going through my head. And just being able to see more new players I'd never seen play before. That's my biggest thing. Like we've got Mason Miller, our 10-year-old pro, which he threw lights out again this weekend. I had no fear that he wouldn't. He got the win. He double dipped. Another kid I had never seen before, never even heard the name before, but then seen him. Noah Hendrick, I believe that's his last name. I had it right. I know I had it right in the live feed because I asked him. But now I was looking at it and I can't remember now. But yeah, Noah threw fantastic. He had his first big event, never thrown on a live feed at all before. He gets the King Seat game. They hadn't been on the live feed all day. Final, going to be playing on a live feed. Didn't look nervous. He's 13. Didn't look nervous at all. Threw well. Again, playing Mason Miller, and Mason double dipped him, but Mason has double dipped a lot of great players here in the last little bit. So there was that. There was him. Shout out to Mad Hatter's Cornhole Club. David Grice bringing down, I believe he brought 7 juniors down to play in the tournament, and they all had a fantastic time. First time seeing, being at a big event. They said it won't be their last. Just so many great players that I'm hoping we're going to see. And like I said, all I heard from a lot of people were like, okay, we're coming to Niagara. We're coming to Quebec. And I believe at one point, some players from BC, some players from Alberta talking, and they already have a Airbnbs already set up. Can't register for the tournament, but they've got Airbnbs. Byron there, yeah, the pros are always willing to talk. Yeah, and that's, with everything, right? The pros in the ACL building, whether it be Canadian or American, go up and talk with them. They are going to help you out in any way they can.
Listen, if they're not ambassadors for the game or the ambassadors for the brand that they're representing, it does not help them.
No.
Right? I mean, we've talked a lot about this over the last couple of weeks and months, that sponsorship money is drying up, especially with some of the bigger companies, because of just and it really doesn't have to do a lot with the organization. It has a lot to do with what's going on in the world, too, at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Cost of goods is expensive. I know Canada, you guys have a huge carbon tax up there, and, that affects a lot of people's money. Down here, gas is a huge thing for us. So it's affecting everything. You know what I mean? Cost of goods goes up. Money that companies can pay out goes down. So it's only going to get tougher and tougher. So they really have to maximize the time they're in front of people and really bring more people to the game. That's why you see a lot of these pros, when they have sponsorships, they have their codes that you put in at checkout, right? Yep. You think it's saving you 5%. It's actually helping them more than it's helping you, because that 5% coming off the top, a lot of times really doesn't hurt the company, but it helps that player to show the company what they're doing for them.
Yep. And Jason's saying that Noah plays up in his league, which is, I kind of figured he did, because you guys were all kind of hanging out with his dad there. Even when we were over at the other side, because Jason was part of the Breakfast Club. It's on the dark side. But anyway, he's still a great guy. And he does rock his down and back koozie very well. Charles over on the YouTube side, Mr. Arizona Carpet. He's a carpet guy. Yeah, he likes working with carpet on guitars, not cornhole bags. But yeah, Jason, they got great stuff. Paul says I got to talk to you about something. So I think I've already talked about that with you already. But yeah, Jason, one of the great guys, Erica as well, and then to Joy, Dave, and because I suck with names, I forget the one other guy that we had. was it part of the Breakfast Club, and then Angie and Jackie, and then for 2 of the mornings, Joy, thank you for the extra bacon because I just used more.
Dude, every time you say the Breakfast Club, I just think of like you sitting around a library with like 5 other people. You counting?
It was like 7 other people. You were close.
Well, Breakfast Club was only like 6 people, so
We all had breakfast together. The one morning I went down a bit too early. I was forced to eat with like a swim team and an extra side room for some reason.
You were the creepy old guy.
I was like, I was like, around going, okay, just with like a swim team. I got no idea who these people are. They're all looking at me. It was fun, but
I love that for you.
But it was a great weekend all in all, and I can't wait. Right now, I can't wait for Niagara. Niagara is going to be just super awesome, and I think from now on, like all the opens here will be great.
You double dipped breakfast.
I did. I went for the one, and I stepped into the next one.
Wait a minute, but did you throw any corn dogs during breakfast? Did you miss the plate?
Nope, not at all. Never. It's food. I'm not going to miss anything. There's no chance of that.
Dude, Devin just hit a sick shot in round 12 to end the game. Pulled a bag out from another bag and dragged it in. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we had 1 bar of soap on the live feed from what I remember. Samuel Bebo did that. I got that all clipped up and ready to go, and it was just some great stuff all weekend. The King, Paul Vandendam, threw fantastic as well. When he came up in the live feed the first time, I've had him before, and then just because of Vandendam, I'm like King Vandendam it's the perfect ring to it. So we have to like the Iceman with Craig Halford. The King has to stick with Paul because he's a bigger guy and he looks like a king. Just my thought.
Maybe we can crown him when he kisses the fish.
He's like I said, he's tall. We'll probably need a stepladder. Just saying. And then also another big. I seen he just kind of stepped in now. Big show to Glenn McNutt. Thank you for correcting me on all the times I was wrong on the live feed because Glenn's an awesome guy.
Wait,
I have some fun. And that's the fun part of the live feed. Well, is when you get the chat with people like that.
With the winging it one to watch. Did they help you with that? Because that's a little too like highbrow for you. Did you come up with that all by yourself?
I came up all by myself.
What? Come on.
All me. I even have the messages I sent to Glenn saying, "Hey, you okay if I do this?"
All this. That I'm gonna have to give you that as one of your best marketing ideas.
Well, I feel that I'm an ideas guy. Sometimes they're not good. Usually not good, but I have ideas that we're gonna have fun.
Throwing a lot of things against the wall.
Yeah, it's all I do.
No, when you first came out with that segment, I was like, wow, that's pretty clever. I like it.
Yeah, it was a play on words and just thought, hey, why not? Why not? I did talk with Glenn and Kim about some stuff because I know you, like we talked you coming up, right? And I was told that you can go Boston to Montreal to St. John's. You don't have to go Boston, Toronto, Halifax, St. John's.
Yeah, I've had to do a lot more research on flights because I'm just like, I cannot see half of Canada through a porthole window. So I've done a little more research through Logan. I even checked the other airport by me, Londonderry, which is an extension of Logan, but it's going to be easier for me just to fly right out of Logan to get there.
Well, Jeff Walsh also said from Newfoundland there, he said he could help you out. You may have to fly in the cargo hold, but he can help you out with getting a flight there.
Listen, I'll fly with some wings.
Well, you can't even you'd be maybe like we may have to put you in a pet carrier to get you underneath to be able to get in there. But
I'm all right with that. I can take
Yeah.
it the whole time. I don't have to carry anything. I'm in. Listen, you know me. If I don't have to walk through an airport, I'm completely in.
I was pretty good for airports this year, except for the little issue with the not being able to check in for a flight 2 hours before in Calgary. But like in Toronto, like it was amazing going there. Stopped and got picked up at the park and fly, the economy park and fly. So it's the furthest one from the airport because I'm cheap like that. 10:24 got picked up. I was at my gate at 10:54.
Doug,
Now for Toronto, that was fantastic.
You're not cheap. You're frugal.
I'm cheap.
Well, but, you need your money to last longer. I mean, you've got about 8 trips this year to.
Yeah. I said, like that was the fastest I've got through security. Other than the one time where I think I was headed to Charlotte for one of the events there, and there was like a woman with like 2 like screaming children, and as like the guy that was telling people which line to go in, he was just trying to get that woman and their 2 kids out there, and he's like, "Are you with them?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I got to scoot into the family line, but it was
Listen, I'm all in for that. I will do anything to get on the flight earlier.
Oh, yeah, like that. And like the one other time last year going to St. John's, they did like they were doing some renovations. So the international and the domestic lines were like together. So it was like they were like super long. And I had one of the airline people come up, the TSSA people come up and say, "Are you flying alone?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Come with me." So I will totally get all my computers and everything else all swabbed up if I can take like 5 minutes to get through the line.
Well, listen, Doug, that's why I did TSA pre, because that $80 for 5 years is worth it. Because when I went to Spencer's this year, my son dropped me off at the curb, and within 15 minutes I was at my gate. I literally just walked straight through, went to security. They checked my bag, went through the little hold your hands up and scan my body thing, and just kept going.
Well, I did notice that both times, Toronto and Calgary, going there and coming home, I forgot I had fingernail clippers in the briefcase that got through security. There were no problem with it. So, okay.
So you were a criminal. Smuggling.
I was. Yes. Yep. But the airline I flew, there's very cheap fares for it, and realizing this time that with the cheaper fares, you get that clientele that you're sitting with on the airplane, right? Because I wasn't, again, frugal, we'll call it. I wasn't going to pay for which seat. I didn't care which seat I got. I got one up close to the front of the airplane, and it was perfect. I was in an aisle seat, but the person that was in the middle seat decided to sit cross-legged in the seat. Right, so she took up almost half of my seat as well.
What kind of hippie shit is that?
Well, and then she falls asleep on the puts the table down and falls asleep the whole time. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like sitting almost at an angle.
Did she fold herself like a pretzel?
Almost, yeah.
I would have woke her ass up. I'd be like, "B, get on your own chair."
No, I was dealing with another ass because the person on the other side of the aisle got up like 50 times to get stuff out of the overhead, and then bring it down. And then as he was rummaging through his bag or whatever, he was bent over a bit. So I had his bottom end like right here. And I was like, yeah, that's not really what I need to have right there.
You're a butt sniffer.
I tried not to be. Tried not to be. Just seeing another guy that's come into the chat, which you better be in Niagara because you threw lights out all weekend. I know you now have money in your wallet, so you can go and play. That would be Bruce Christensen gets in. He wasn't even gonna do the pro qualifier. Dustin McLaughlin, Craig Hofford kind of talked him into it. He then registers for it without telling them. And then they were still trying to talk him into it. And he's like, well, you mean like what? Like I'm playing Friday afternoon or Friday morning in the pro qualifier? And they were all happy. But Bruce threw absolutely lights out. Got, I believe, a fourth or fifth place finish in doubles with his partner. And I think he threw absolutely fantastic. I believe he even made the cut for one of the highlights. He threw it was a perfect airmail drag for a win. Actually, it was. Yes, it was. It was a airmail. They were playing Bobby Speary and sorry, I don't know. It was important. So it was Brandon Brown and Dion Kuza that they were playing, and Bruce throws an airmail drag that left Brandon with no chance. Like Brandon had like a couple bags on, but he had to basically kind of go from one side of the board to the other and collect everything in and bring one of Bruce's bags out of the hole, I believe, to go. And so yes, Bruce, you're going to be in Niagara. Awesome, because he, like I said, he's one of the brights. Like I said, the bright side of that there is I see these new players, and Bruce is one of those guys. So I'm kind of ecstatic that he's there. Seeing another person coming in the chat just now, Brett. I see you. One of the Dirty Birds from Chatham, Kent. He also got a spot in the pro qualifier. Threw fantastic all weekend, and that was what I loved. There was so many new names that it would take probably like another 2 hours to rhyme them all off. But you know what, Dustin? I don't see that. I kind of see that the other way around, because Bruce seemed like a really nice, calm guy. That's all I got. He just it's like Bruce was like, if you watch Bruce go up to the court at all, and when he was playing, he really, it was almost like he didn't care who he was playing against. He was just throwing his bag, throw the same bag every time, just consistently great. And he was just playing cornhole. It was fun to watch.
Well, and I love that, because I think, as I watched your feeds throughout the weekend, the one thing I'm still seeing up there in Canada, and I just want everybody to know to just let it go, is they get really nervous when they go on the live feed court, and they play very differently, right? Yes. They could be recording themselves on the sideboards all day. They get to the live feed court, and just because there's two cameras and a guy with a microphone, they start to freeze up and not throw the way they usually throw. If you're already going live for your games and you're already doing it, it's just another way of going live. That's where, don't worry about, the backdrops and the table and all the wires that you see. Just throw your game. Don't be so concerned.
I will say, yes, worry about the backdrop, because we had a lot of people walk into the backdrops and move the cameras on me. Worry about the backdrops, because I've got cameras that are connected to them and they move. And then people get upset. Fix your cameras. Well, here's what you do. Talk to your friends about not banging into the backdrops.
Listen, if you had to if you were fixing cameras every time somebody hit them, it would be obnoxious, because they do get hit a lot. And we're not in the budgets of some of these other people that have the camera where they can just use the little joystick to retwist it and move it without getting up and standing on a chair or something to make it work.
Well, I can do that. But you see, folks, as I talked about Tuesday night, as I finally got for the first time on Tuesday night, those things that are in the sky. And right now, and also if I get, 10,000 of them in the month of November, I will give away one of these here fantastic jerseys like this here. Rob, sorry. Yeah, he may have did it once or twice, but there were some other people that did it a lot. But if I get the 10,000 of the things that twinkle in the sky, the stars here this month, I'll give away a jersey. But if you do that there, or you become a subscriber, you can help me out, and I can pay the $700 for a couple more that I can work on right in front of me on the computer with the I even have a remote control for it. But yeah. But it's, yeah. Then that would help out a lot as well. Can zoom in, zoom out. Crystal Higgins, I believe she is over at the swamp. She is on your side of that perpendicular line that runs between our two countries.
The 49th parallel?
Yes, I believe she's over with Mr. Speary.
Oh, okay.
Her and Big Mike Bourgeois. He's happy that I can say it.
Did they cross over the Rainbow Bridge?
They would have crossed over the Rainbow Bridge, yes.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if they would have went to the Queenston-Lewiston Bridge, they could have picked up some and helped me out and got me some more of the Harris Beach Spirits. Because you can purchase that at the Queenston-Lewiston Bridge at the duty-free. Just saying.
You said duty.
Yes. I still have to get Bobby's address because I have a jersey that I have going to be sending to him. So, yeah. Then I'm seeing someone else that's come in the chat and watching that we talked about earlier. Kathy Seibel, you threw fantastic. Oh, there she is. She even makes a comment there right now. She threw fantastic weekend. I know she was nervous. She kept saying she was nervous. She didn't want to disappoint me, and I'm like, it's me. I disappoint a lot of people all the time, so you don't have to worry about disappointing me. Just throw your bags. All you have to do. I will be going and checking out the swamp in February. I know that for a fact. So,
is that right around Niagara?
Yeah, it's in Buffalo. He's in the Buffalo area.
No, the swamp is. I meant the tournament of Niagara.
Oh, well, no, no, it is in Buffalo. I'm going there for my kids' hockey, and I've already talked with Bobby that instead of the kids running around the hotel or doing something else, we're going to go and do a cornhole afternoon over at the swamp, and have some fun there, which is cool.
Yeah, that should be fun. So, Doug, there was one more thing you wanted to talk about tonight.
Was there? I'm trying to remember.
There was a certain thing that you saw today that may have brought back some memories.
Well, yeah, I guess I made it. If anyone's seen my personal Facebook, I said I tagged my cousin in it. They had an overhead camera at the football game, at the Argo game today, that was going back and forth, and it gave me some little flashback to when I was in Charlotte, where when you see those things at games, you think, oh, it's a harmless thing or whatever. But I know in Charlotte there was a cable broke, and on that camera, and as I was at a NASCAR race, the cable came down, wrapped in a car tire, and one section over from me, it took out like a bunch of people, and I was like, oh, it's kind of give me some bad memories and flashbacks. Even Ben kind of did like one of those like GIF things there, which I kind of like wish I could kind of have one of those there for cornhole. Maybe cornhole needs that for like a bag flight. I shouldn't say that because now someone else is going to do it. But a bag flight thing, that should be kind of cool now. Thinking about that. The remote control, that it actually follows the bag across. Yeah, someone else is going to do it before me.
Someone's going to steal it.
Did you mute yourself?
I did. I muted myself for a second there. I don't know why I muted myself. I just hit the button.
Or maybe because I'm frugal, I can just get like a little remote control car with a camera, and as someone throws the bag, just the car just drives across. And it looks up instead of down. Maybe I could do that.
I think you should.
But then people complain because I forgot to bring the car back or change the car angle, or because it's.
Yeah.
How about that? People in the chat, if you were watching, how about those camera changes where like I was on point? I think I maybe missed like 3 all weekend. I was actually doing pretty good.
I think you did a great job.
Oh, I think every time I missed it was like right after I said how about these camera changes, and then I was like,
yeah,
doing something else.
I think every time you bragged, you forgot.
I missed. Yep.
I think that, yeah.
But it was a fun time. So in the chat, if you're there in the chat, who's coming to Niagara? We know Bruce is going to Niagara. I know Rob's going to Niagara. Crystal's going to play. She's going to be in Niagara. Who else in the chat here is going to be going to Niagara? Now's the time where you sit and wait.
Yeah.
I'll be in Niagara. We've got some stuff. So there'll be some changes to the Niagara schedule. So they didn't do one in Calgary, but they'll be doing one in Niagara, Quebec, and in St. John's the Friday morning. Instead of the women's, seniors, juniors, and possibly men on the Friday morning, looks like we'll be doing a CCF qualifier, from what I've been hearing. So it'll be, I think there's, from what I've been kind of told, possibly one male, one female position. Each one of those tournaments will have the 6 players instead of like we did in St. John's where it was everyone out the one. They'll be taking ones from the 6 different qualifier, like from the 3 opens to get your 6 players to be on Team Canada. So it's kind of, so everyone doesn't have to travel to one tournament type of thing. John George, Windsor had people like, Windsor has a great group of players. Like everyone's like talking about how like the D. Tomas's father-son team played great, and I'm like, they're playing like top-notch players. Like they've got to deal with the Clanks because there's like 82 of them that play cornhole in Windsor. Deal with John George and then even some of the other guys that were coming out in the chat were like just unreal, like in Windsor. So Scott Kenny's there. Erica is working on trying to come. She is part of the Breakfast Club. Her and Jason. So yeah, so I think Niagara's gonna be good. Registration opened today. So I'm not sure. I don't think there'll be many of the big American names coming because that is the same weekend as Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of the pros, that's kind of a value open for them.
Yes.
Where for a lot of them, it's not a huge travel cost to get there. Some of them can actually drive over.
Well, the thing is, we used to get like, because at the Niagara one, we would get like Ryan Smith and Elizabeth Tennyson. That's their spot. Oh, so the change to all 6 spots will be in Niagara. That's unfortunate, but I would have liked to have seen it kind of spread out. But
yeah, because I know a lot of the pros will hit. Richmond is going to be probably a pretty big open because a lot of your people from the Carolinas and Georgia will kind of travel up there. Plus, it's not that far from New England. It's only a couple-hour drive, so I think you'll see a bigger open for that one.
Charles, you can come to Niagara. It's like a 4-hour drive to Ben's place, so you can still come. Robert's got his flights booked and entry fees paid, so he's all ready to go. Bruce has come. Bruce has already said he's coming. I think that dot is just he's signed on the dotted line. But yeah, it's I think it's going to be another great thing. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't. Bruce sent stars. Bruce sending stars. That's what that is. I'm seeing a dot. I looked in the chat and it's got stars. So that's
yeah, because all I see is a blank.
Yep. I see a dot, but it was some stars. So thank you for that, Bruce. Much appreciated. Like I said, they will go a long way, and that also helped me go because I've had some after putting out on the Facebook this morning about let me know if you want me to come and do one of your regionals. Let me know. Just we can work some stuff out for getting me there to do it. I know some people west would like me to come. I know people in the east would like me to come, so that's a little bit of a travel thing and kind of working with the logistics of bringing everything there. I know I can say it now. I said I was going to say it later on, but it looks like I'm 98% sure that on November 16th, I will be in Delhi to do the regional there that they're having. I know Jonathan has a bunch of juniors that are going to be coming out to play, so we'll be getting them on a live feed. You got no warrants. You're too nice of a guy, Charles, to warrants.
Yeah, the only warrant he knows is the band.
Yeah, but hey, Charles, you can come up and kayak. That's an inside joke for him, because there was, but yeah, it's gonna be a great time. But yeah, we're doing Delhi. I want to be doing some more stuff. I know Keaton's doing his own live feed stuff there today with Rude Rebel. Great job done by him. I was kind of watching that, and some people going live in St. John's. You might see me down there doing something at some point this year, hopefully soon. Well, I told you what really helped me get there. I can't say it here now, but we can say it before. You know what you got to do. I've talked to Jason, but I've got some family in that area. Damn, no, Charles. They don't have a dam in Niagara that falls right over the falls, so you don't have to worry about that. Actually, no, there is a hydroelectric one kind of off and stuff. So yeah, but kayak won't go into that. That's you can steer away from that. But yeah, I would love to go out in the Edmonton area because I do have family up there, and do some stuff up there. It would be a lot of fun because I know you guys are a bunch of great people, and it's just I can't wait to get out there again. Then maybe I'll go and do some stuff in your area, Donnie.
Yeah, come on down here. Listen, we'll do some shit down here. We'll get some live feeds going. I was actually talking with Marky. We may we're thinking about running a Black Friday tournament. So who knows? So we may.
So you're now another person who's running something like that, because I know Derek Barrett's gonna be running something that day as well, right? So it's all in honor of me, because I know that's the reason why you're doing it.
Well, we may be running. I'm trying to make it one of two tournaments. I'm trying to either make it a Candy Block Your Ears, slide right only, or a Jekyll slide tournament.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're doing it on the Black Friday, it would be in honor of me.
For your birthday, Doug?
Yes, it would be. Because I know for myself, as I said back in St. John's, that the Sunday was my anniversary. So my present to her was that I was away. And for my birthday, I'm giving her a gift of letting her go Black Friday shopping in Port Huron, Michigan.
Nice. And it looks like Derek has taken it down.
Derek and Andrew took it down?
Yep. Looks like Derek and Andrew took down first
place. Finally won something.
Yep. From what I understand, there were 3 people in the tournament.
Daryl Parsons is hoping to finish the job in Alberta, going to Niagara. So he'll probably just hop on a plane with Derek. Right? So. And Daryl will be one of my picks to qualify in the pro qualifier, because he was just that close to getting his full pro card at nationals in Ottawa. So that one's for you there.
Yeah, no, it's not. I just figured I was using the solo cup all day because I was doing yard work and got beer in it.
Well, and I got to thank Mike for, if anyone's seen the picture, as going to Calgary, because he may have missed his flight, which I found something else out, Mike, that I got to tell you something. I'll message you off air about it to help with your flight stuff next time. But yeah, we're sitting at, we kind of meet up. We're like, I was at like this end of the airport. He was at like that end, and then we met in the middle. And then so we sat, and he actually bought me a beer. Thank you for that. And then as we were talking, he was kind of, people started looking around because he wanted to take a picture with me, and he was like, "Oh, this guy's a celebrity." I was like, "Yeah, well, gotta say, I'm an F-list cornhole celebrity," and so they were all kind of talking about that. And then he got to sit there a little while longer while I went and waited to get on my flight. But yeah, kind of made me feel like a big deal.
Little pseudo celebrity action.
Yeah, like I say, like the F-list celebrity, but yeah, it's the fun part of cornhole, right? I really like that. Like and I had a couple of people take up did a contest for a down and back koozie. Just I had to come up and take a selfie with me. My wife she still has no idea why people would want to take a picture with me and post it on the internet. But it's like, hey, kind of a minor big deal.
I love taking pictures with you, Dougie.
We've taken one in like 5 years.
Well, we get together and forget.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have. We did that the first year in Niagara. I was like, after I was like, okay, yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, listen, shit happens.
But I do like on Derek Barrett. I'm not sure if you've seen his pro jersey. There is one logo that is on top of the other.
Well, just because they saved the best for last.
You say, Shannon, cover your ears. You always want to be on top of the fold.
Just saying.
Yep. It was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping, and as I kind of said on the Tuesday thing, we've got some stuff worked out for you and I in St. John's, which we could be doing some fun stuff prior to the Open. We've kind of talked about that there, where we could be possibly doing what we're doing now with a live studio audience. We're kind of working that out. So just kind of finish off the details with that. We might be doing like I'm thinking we could be, like I said, I'm an ideas guy. I think all the time. I was thinking we could possibly do some a charity kind of thing with this as well, which would be which could really work out. But we'll see. We just got to work out the logistics of it, and it will be a lot of fun. I already have a couple guests I think will be perfect for that there, and we wouldn't be able to have those stories off air because it involves a guy in a bra, and then there's a lot of stories. And if the one person tells it, I thought there was a couple of people stopped breathing. They were laughing so hard when I heard this story with a group of people. It was it's one that you really want to hear.
You Canadians.
It's a certain Canadian people that like to have fun. And really, when I first heard the story, I knew it was true because I did have to pick a couple of them up at the airport once, and they were skipping around a corner coming to me. They may have been holding hands while skipping as well, but we're not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But
sounds like a party.
Charles, it's not Ben. but yeah, so it's we're going past here. Anyone else got any kind of topics they want us to brush up on here? I know some people.
It is daylight savings.
Oh, it is. So we get. It's only 9:00.
Yeah, we lose an hour. Fall back, Doug. Fall back. So
no. Fall back. It's not going forward. It's not springing. We gain an hour.
Yeah, listen. It doesn't matter. You really don't gain the hour because we lost it at one point. I mean, it's garbage.
Well, there's some people that don't lose anything. It's just static. They don't change at all.
That's called China.
No, it's in Canada here.
You guys don't do?
There's one province that does not do daylight savings.
Are they on this chat right now?
Some people could be, I think.
What province?
The one that you probably can't spell.
Saskatchewan?
Yes, that would be it.
It's an Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Where is that too?
Bruce knows. Bruce is smart and plays cornhole, and so does Erica. Wait a second. I gotta get it. Mike, we need some work on geography, buddy. Yeah, but you guys are just weird. Charles, you're just weird.
Yeah, but Arizona doesn't change because the sun's always up.
It's a dry heat. And Bruce says that there's some cities in BC along the Rockies that don't change.
It's just weird. I don't know. Listen, this thing either we all do it or nobody does it. I don't know.
I'm hearing some rumors we could be in BC next year, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Be some nice. We could be having some ACL Canada leagues there next year. It would be very nice to see that.
Would that be an addition, or would that be taking over something else?
I think it's an addition. I'm not sure what any ones are becoming into ACL Canada, but I know that there's some new stuff starting out there, and I know there's also some stuff. Apparently, he doesn't know how to type an S either, but it's like I said, it's dry heat. Some new leagues coming up in the East as well. We've had another one come up in Newfoundland, way up in Labrador. Lab West now has a Cornhole league. There's also some other ones that are going west of Newfoundland that are in the East that are coming on board. I've been talking with some people there that we could be. So it's we could be filling up. Well, I don't know.
Every time you say Labrador, I just think of a dog.
Well, that's where the dog came from.
What? Did they retrieve the dog?
In Labrador. The Labrador Retriever came from Labrador. Newfoundland dog came from Newfoundland.
I think that's Canadian math.
Where did Chihuahua come from? Chihuahua, Mexico. Look at the dog's name. That's where it came from. That's where it originated.
I don't know. Listen. Chihuahua came from its mommy Chihuahua.
In Mexico.
Like avocados.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never researched dog breeds.
Have you not watched the Westminster Kennel Club show when it's on TV?
No.
You learn all about the dogs there.
Listen,
talk about them.
Mr. Waffles does not like that programming. Don't make me resign from the fact.
If I had more gummies, you'd be happy. But yes. But yeah, anything. I'm trying to think of anything else. Cornhole word that's coming up at all.
I don't think there's much coming up, but we are coming to the holiday season.
Yes.
So stay tuned to your favorite bag companies for any sales or other stuff like that. I know there usually is some pretty good Black Friday deals on some of the equipment you're looking for.
Yep.
And it's also the season of mid-season bag releases where
Coming up. Yep.
Yeah, some companies will come out with some different colorways. Some companies will come out with new bags. So just stay tuned to your favorite outlet for equipment for, what could and can happen. Because this is my favorite time of the year, especially where this is where a lot of teams have been doing a lot of research and development and really design a bag for their pros that will start their pro season in, is it April?
Coming into Bagmas.
But April-ish, right? March, April is when the pro season really starts, right?
October.
No, that's the beginning of the season.
Our pro season has already started. We've got one pro event already under our belt here.
Oh, that's cute. I was talking about Canada. No, but But the U.S. pro season kicks off in March, April, and that's where, sometimes they'll have time to practice with the new bag that's kind of come out, and that's where you really start to see the. Mike, I'm not saying anything about Titan because guess what? I don't know anything. I'm just the guy
because someone already has bag race.
I'm just a guy that just shows up when they send me a plane ticket.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of thinking when you say like March, April, like we will probably have like 3 pro events done. Like we'll be like 3/4 done our pro season by the time the U.S. starts up.
Yeah. I think it was almost the same last year too, right? I think you were probably a quarter
So.
done of the way through the season before U.S. stuff started.
Yeah, we didn't even start till January last year.
Yeah.
So.
But, we'll see what happens. It's going to be, I think the rest of this season is going to be pretty exciting. I think we've seen some people already experimenting with other partners down here in the U.S. I mean, you just had somebody that throws for all BG throw Vipers. So.
And last week up here, we had someone who threw all BG throw Titans.
Yeah. So, well, that's international, though. It doesn't count internationally.
Okay.
It's like when you're dating, right? When you're dating as a child, if you're in different zip codes, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but
what did you win?
Hey, I came in first place in Tier 2, Doug. You didn't see my picture?
No.
Titan put it on the Titan page.
They have nothing else to put on their page?
Well, actually, I have the access to the Titan page, so I put it on my. Because Trey and everybody else had their pictures where they won stuff. So, I had to, as me being the assistant to the assistant manager, I had to put my own picture up.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, that when talking with Trey, him and Logan did a fantastic job. I know between games, all he did was like pictures and sign autographs. It was kind of cool. The other one I'm not sure if I posted it. I know some people. I know I sent it to you, but we had Wayne Hammett, our Western Adam Hisner here, take a picture with Trey, and that was, we had some fun with that there. And
that was a good picture.
Yeah, even Logan Chamberlain looked down the first. I was like, look at the guy down at the far end. And he looked and he was like, holy shit, is it Adam Hisner here? But I think they had a lot of fun. They were great to have up here. It was I think they were the 2 perfect guys just to because like I said again, like they anyone who came up and had a question for them, they stopped and talked.
Listen, I think I put it in your chat when you were going live for that. Trey is an amazing ambassador for the game. He's gone to Europe twice now, being up there in Canada, and just doing a lot of different things for the game. If you had told me 5 years ago that Trey would be out there talking to people and doing everything he's doing, I would have said you're crazy. But he is really grown into an amazing ambassador for the sport.
Yep.
And really starting to do some great things. And Logan also is another amazing person in the sport where the both of them just love to throw bags so much that they're really starting to come into their own, but really starting to give back to the game itself, because it's really helping them become the people that they are today, and really helping them grow and expand and do everything else. So, I think you're going to see some really big things from both of them this year. And I think you're going to see them, bring a lot more people into the game, especially when you're talking about, a lot of people by you that are starting to do, junior divisions and letting juniors play for free, just to get them comfortable and into the game. I mean, that's only going to help everything get bigger, badder, and better as we all continue to move forward.
Yep. Yeah, and I, speaking of Logan and Trey, I did message them both where I knew that they flew into Calgary, just to remind them that exchange rate on when giving tips. I had to make sure that they knew that, just so it wasn't another 80%. So there wasn't someone else in Calgary this time put through college for because of their tips. But no, they were great. And you're talking about the junior division. Talk about again like David Grice with Mad Hatters. That they actually have their junior division come and play alone. So they start like 1:00 in the afternoon, juniors on a Sunday afternoon, and then 2:45, I believe it is, the other their regular league starts up, and then the juniors can play in that as well too. But they have a special league just for junior players, and I think that's really going to grow their time up there.
Well, I think
immensely.
it's only going to make it more fun for, not everybody that's just playing, but bringing the entire family along, right? Because, you see like the Cobb family where every single one of them's there for a big tournament, right? It really becomes a place where even if you're not playing, just the people you're going to meet are just some of the most amazing people in the whole wide world, and they become family over time.
Mhm.
I mean, you have talked about this a lot, Doug. We have only seen each other live twice, right? Two
Yep.
times? Yeah, twice. But we talk
Yes.
almost every single day.
Yep.
Right? I mean, Derek, I only got to see him in one tournament. I talked to him almost every single day, right?
Mhm.
Candy and Bruce, I talk to them every day, and I only get to see them a couple times a year. I mean, these are people that now are lifelong friends because of this game. And, those relationships and those bonds are only going to grow bigger and bigger as time goes on because we just get to be ourselves, right? We get to shed all the other problems and all the other BS of our day-to-day lives and just get to go throw some beanbags, have a couple drinks, talk to some amazing people, and just have fun.
Well, I really found that in Calgary here with the and I don't like just kind of taking the pro group out of the rest of people because everyone is just a big Cornhole family. But I really do feel because they are the ones who are at every open. Is that the ACL Canada Pro division? We've now they're now making me work a little harder because if anyone's seen me at any of the events for the opens, especially when we have the pro division there, I will go up. Every pro is getting a fist bump. Like, let's go get on the live feed, play well on the live feed. Let's go. And now we've gone from like the 30 to a little over 40. So now I'm actually kind of running and in Calgary I had like 2 minutes between like we stopped this, we're going into the pro division. I've really got to go and get to everybody, but just I really felt like and I kind of use this term lovingly with everybody. We are a traveling circus, right? We're all of the circus family. We've all got our quirkiness and whatever, and the things that are going to be coming with it. But I really felt that the pro division really really meshed together really well in Calgary. Like there was, there was everyone was great with each other. There was kind of no other stuff that was going on whatever, but it was great. And even I got to thank all the team captains for the ACL Canada teams event. They allowed me to go into conversations where they were having a conversation with maybe a possible trade. What if you're picking at this spot? Who you think you might be taking? Because I'm going to be taking here, and if you want this person, you better take them there because they're not going to come back to you in the draft, right? And they all allowed me into those conversations. And I said right off, I kind of told everyone right off the bat, is that if you allow me in that conversation, it's not going to get shared to anyone else. And I had a lot of information of who people were taking, but nobody else knew that information until I got on the live feed. And I said, I think they might be looking here. They could be looking here.
But that's why I like your draft way better than the one we had down here because it adds that extra element, right? That extra little piece of drama where what's going to happen, right? You look at the ESPN people, most of the time they know where it's going, they get their inside source.
Yeah.
And it kind of adds that little bit of spice and a little bit of flavor to it.
Yeah.
And I love that. And, I feel really at home with all of the ACL pros up in Canada because it is a tighter knit group, right? It's a group where, factory company lines don't really matter as much. They all have their people that they throw for and, they have their sponsors. But at the end of the day, when the bags are not thrown, I see more Canadian pros hanging out together.
Yep.
than I do sometimes down here in the States. And listen, I have a lot of friends that throw, especially ACL pros down here. Yeah, and they're all friendly with each other and they all hang out, and there's no animosity, but most of the time, it's when the day is done, they all kind of go their separate ways and just stay to their own kind of family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we did actually have a little bit of drama Friday night with the draft. Post draft, Montreal team was all getting together, and honestly, one thing I have to say is looking back at the draft, Montreal, I'm not sure how they did it, but they've got, for having the final pick of the fourth pick, because they picked last because they did win it, right? Not sure how they got some of their great team. Like, they did homework, and some people, and that's where I think some people did some homework, and there's going to be some more done for next year, because somehow they ended up with Alex Champagne being the Quebec provincial singles champion with their final pick. Not sure how that happened to get that great a player at the final pick, but then there was drama at the end, because when we went to leave the facility, if anyone has seen Daniel Vaines with the crown and the cape for the Montreal Royals, it disappeared. They could not find it anywhere. Those messages were like, where is it? Where is it? Because someone took it. But now I've been told it is somewhere. Somebody has it. It may be making its rounds on social media of where it could be, but it could be coming back to Niagara Falls, not with Montreal, with another team. And I'm seeing someone say no way in the chat. I have a feeling could be you, because I know that you've had fun with clothing. I may have talked about it earlier. I know that you may have had fun with clothing in your travels, but yeah. So it could, the cape and crown for the Montreal Royals could be could, see, he knows with airlines, and if he would have only taken the right suitcase,
Is there
he
something?
may not have ended up with that singing that Shania Twain song, "Man, I Feel Like a Woman." Just saying.
So we have some controversy in Canada.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. We'll see what happens. Yep. Wait a minute, but aren't you part of the crown a little bit, kind of? No?
Me?
Well, don't you guys have some affiliation with like England or something too? I don't know.
But... Oh, I thought you were going to say that the original Crown Royal Brewery is just down the street from my house here.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Those little purple bags?
Yep. You can actually go and live in the distillery.
Really?
The original Secret Distillery, yeah.
The original purple
bag. Original, yes. Yeah. It used to say, the Crown Royal bottle used to say Waterloo, Ontario on it.
Really?
Yep. No, Charlotte, don't worry. I won't sing it, but I should, because you and James messed with us all weekend. Because apparently, when you have socials for four baggers, the alcohol tastes better when you're watching in Mexico instead of cold, wintry Calgary. Actually, yeah, Mike's made up for his geography in correcting.
Wait, but now that it's is it God Save the King now?
King? Yeah, yeah.
Did they change the whole damn song?
Well, it's only one word.
But that's the whole song.
It's only a word. You have to change one word.
It's the whole spirit, the purpose.
It's only a word. You have to, it's less letters to say.
Ah, King Charles. Ugh. Soup ladles for ears.
Bet you get great Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he probably does.
Ooh, I get to hear about James' shenanigans. Oh.
All right.
Dion says nobody remembers doubles. But yeah. But But yeah. So, like I said, I was tired and everything before we started off. So we've now gone an hour and a half. So it's it's a normal Saturday night.
Listen, it's because Doug, what are we doing?
We're just having fun.
No, we're just winging it, Doug.
That's the idea.
I thought you were a marketing genius.
I've said it so many other times. Yeah, okay.
Remember, ABP, always be plugging.
Yes, yep. And plugging, if you want to get, I think they just did a second round of the jerseys, and I think they might be doing a third. We're already working on the next collab jersey. I've been getting some stuff from Graham.
Do you get it without the stain on the front?
Okay, so I had Burger King. Okay, so it's got a little bit of ketchup down
the
here.
Stain in your other hand. that logo in the middle.
I don't think it's that bad. Yes, and you'll be able to get some of these here. Oh, I got to go that way. Hats, and then if you see me at any regionals or any local league nights or whatever, I do have East Coast Cornhole patches. There was no one came to me at the Argo game today, so I've still got 2 patches. I was prepared to give 2 away. Nothing. Although I forgot to put a post out about that again too, saying which section I was in.
Yeah, nobody can figure out what you are if you don't put the post out.
Well, they had to look for me, right?
Where's Duggo?
Yep. So, yes, you can go and check out East Coast Cornhole. They now have a store. I did a Facebook post about it. And you can get all their gear. There's some new stuff coming in. I know I have some new East Coast Cornhole gear coming into me. That's some more down and back East Coast collab stuff, which that stuff is on fire. It's some great stuff.
I love the colorway of that jersey, Doug.
Yeah, well, it's the you can't really see it on the front. You can really see it on the back. It is the St. John's Harbor looking from Signal Hill back towards the city. So it is they're great. Like they're lightweight, but they're like still a thicker material. I really like them. So they are probably one of my most comfortable jerseys, and I'll be getting some more coming in soon. But there will be some more collabs. But they're getting some new hoodies coming in. It's great stuff. And then right down below, JC Cornhole. I still haven't been to the new store yet, the new shop yet. But I was kind of busy.
Oh,
Dion, it's yeah. Good thing he's not talking about me. Decent 4s. And then, of course, the other side, right below Donnie, Sierra Property Inspections. I was up in Edmonton, didn't get a chance to see Darren. He was busy doing property inspections when I was up there. But check him out if you're in the Edmonton, Alberta area. As well, remember, portion of what you pay will go to a children's cancer hospice, and then there's that other logo that's down below you, that double one. No, the other side.
It's this side. Yeah,
it's that side. Yeah, that side. Yeah.
Titan Cornhole Bags. TitanCornholeBags.com. They will now. They are shipping to Canada. Someone that will help you with that. You just got to go to support@westgeorgiacornhole.com. And they are now making customs of the dart, which if you go to the website, you will not see it. You have to use the support link to make that work right now. And if you wanted to, and you have your own logos, you can get that put on a bag.
Yeah, you just work with their design team will help you work. I know that's what the Chasing 12s guy did. I believe
he did.
His logo.
And he's trying to catch me with clothing, but it's just not going to happen.
He's got the jersey. He's got the new jersey now.
Well, he's got the new. Well, if you saw the picture of him and Andrew today too, they actually have the updated hoodie with the new font, which I don't even have yet.
Yep.
I'm still waiting on my Under Armour hoodie as being the assistant to the assistant.
So apparently the picture he sent me of who he was for Halloween was incorrect because it was a new version of you.
Listen, what do they say? Imitation is flattery.
That it is. Yeah, that's yeah. But and then of course the big sponsor right in the middle over there, flying around the plane, is Glenn and Kim. They do a fantastic job. They were great all weekend. Although Glenn did run away from me when I was doing a live video because he was just like, he's like, I just do the wings. That's all I do. But go and check them out at your local Winging It. I'm going to be doing some stuff possibly Monday. So I'm off work Monday, Tuesday. Going to go up to like the local Winging It in around Paris here and just have some fun with the owner there, doing some videos. I think we're going to do some stuff, and so hopefully we have some commercials when I'm doing live feeds to have that, because this year when you go in to buy an ACL Canada jersey this year, like the ones in the States where you get the Bush's Beans ones, or however they're going to look this year, you get the Winging It logo on your jersey because they are sponsoring the ACL Canada Pro Division this year.
So I might have to order an ACL Canada jersey.
Yes.
So I can get Winging It, not Bean.
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah.
Do you know are those live now, or are they coming live?
I don't think so, because it's just the pros that have them right now.
Okay. If I maybe called a friend named Trey, could I get one? Or would I have to talk to somebody named Matt?
Probably Matt.
Okay. All right. I'll have to
Matt. Yeah.
I'll have to call a certain guy in Canada.
Yes.
To maybe have one for St. John's.
That's a long way away. I think you probably could.
We could swing it.
I think we can swing it. Yep. We can wing it and get you one.
Wing it, baby. Let's go.
Because that's what we're always doing. Yeah. So we're almost an hour 45 here. We're almost an hour 40, actually. But yeah. Oh, I think I'm talked out. I did a lot of talking last weekend. Thanks to Suzanne, by the way, for helping me out last weekend. It was nice to have someone else to talk to and not just talking to myself. That was fun.
Dancing with yourself.
Yep. Because you're giving him a con, like, he can't. He's not a pro.
Yes, that's my guy.
Exactly, Mike. It's only 9:30, but it's still
only 9:30.
Yeah.
But hey, kids, guess what? I have backstage access to the Down and Back page.
Well, yeah. When I go live, yes, you can. You've got control. Why did I do that? But yeah.
Listen, there's too many people that have trusted me with with stuff that they maybe should rethink.
Well, I guess I trust you.
Yeah, you trust me, Dougie.
Yeah.
We're besties. We're biffles.
Yeah. So. So we will be live here next week. Next Saturday night. I don't know if we go live. I don't know, some other time during the week, but it's yeah, we'll see. Just kind of what we're doing, but yeah, we'll be back next week with some more talk about what's going on in the cornhole world. Talk about what's next week. We can talk about what happened this past week. Well, right now in Little Rock, and yeah, just have some more cornhole talk, fun about whatever you want to talk about, and
listen, coming up, we might have some guests. We'll bring some people on, some people to talk. We brought a couple people in here and there over the last few weeks. If there's anybody you want to see that you want us to talk to, post them in the chat. Send it to the Down and Back page, and we'll see if we can figure it out.
I have something here. Okay, we have to end on this because it's a thing that I've always said that people need to do when they win. Okay, what you have to do is can you see that? Smile, people. There's one guy in there that's not smiling. Guy on the left of your screen. He's got a sour puss on his face. Not looking. Spencer. And the other guy's got his finger up. It's just all. Yeah. But it's why it's like already tomorrow there. So
No, Spencer. No, that's a half smile for Spencer.
is that half smile?
It's a half smile. Yeah, that's we get.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's kind of
We got a half smile. That's his happy face. It's not his happy-est face.
Derek kind of looks confused.
Well, he's like, we won?
Ooh, we're getting the insight here now. Spencer, you can't get away from that thing because Mom tells the truth.
Yeah. No, that's a Spence. I know Spence good enough. That's a Spence smile.
Yeah. And thank you to the crew from the Newfoundland House because I did get to stay there on Sunday night. I stayed an extra night in Calgary. They then kicked me out at 4:30 in the morning when they had to go for their flight, and then they gave me bread, they give me cheese, some chips, all of the leftover groceries I took up to my cousin's place in Edmonton, and then of course I forgot them in the car and got them the next day. Good thing it was cold out because nothing went bad, but.
Yeah, what is the temperature up there right now?
Up there right now, I'm not sure for.
But when you were there, what was it in the Celsius? Look, see, I'm learning.
I'm not sure what it was in the Celsius when I was there.
I'm international now. Look at that.
But I know right now.
Was it like some small number because your numbers are way lower than ours?
Right now in Calgary, it's nothing.
It's a 0?
There's no temperature.
It's a wash?
It's a wash.
So what is that? So that makes it below 0 then, right?
Yeah, well, it is 0.
No, but for Fahrenheit, it puts it, what, lower? Right?
Probably, yeah. Let me click over and see that there for you in the 33.
33 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay.
Yep.
So freezing for us is 32. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Minus
32.
Listen.
Actually, Calgary was like 14, 15. It was actually kind of warm on Saturday. On Sunday. But
yeah. Ugh. I love the winter, but I only like winter when I'm skiing. I don't really like the snow outside of skiing.
So I did have someone say that we should have the Open in the winter time in Calgary so people could go skiing and all the other stuff while in the Calgary area.
No. You know where we need an Open? We need an Open in Banff. That's where we need an Open.
Well, it's like, it's like half an hour from Calgary or whatever.
2 hours north, I think, right? 2 hours. I think it's 2 hours north.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I took
drove. Derek, it's. I got to message someone here.
Listen, in Massachusetts right now, let's see, what is it here?
I had Barrett just messaged me. He's like, "How did the show go tonight?" It's not done. We're still talking.
Right now in Massachusetts, 39 degrees right now.
I think Patrick Dierda, he will be in Niagara. I know he was trying to get off work, but he did get off work.
Wait, is Mike trying to give us a math? He's trying to give me a math lesson? Jesus.
So again, welcome to the show, Derek.
Yeah.
Just because he wins.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all I won now. Yeah, we were top 3 out of 3.
And I seen that Dion was playing there tonight. I did see one of his games. But
that's really what I want to get up there for. I want to get up there. I want to see like some of the side stuff up there, right? I want to go see the street O bars.
Yep.
And
I think, like I said, like you're going to need a platinum membership because there's a ton of people coming from away for that event. So I'm thinking we may need like the whole George Street, not just one bar.
So far from away?
Well, if they are far from away, they're going to come from away either way.
It was the musical. Come on.
Yeah, musicals come from away.
Listen, I'm gonna come up there and just start singing. I know half the words. I'll have to learn the rest of them by the time we get there.
Spencer throwing it down, saying Point Maine Mafia's time is over. It's time to move over.
Are we gonna like? Is it gonna be like a Gangland episode when we get up there?
You never know. You never know.
Like, are they gonna like start throwing like frozen fish at each other or something? I mean, what's gonna happen?
Well, if Dion gets the right luggage, you might.
So winging it's the big thing there, right? So winging it, but like
Yep.
what are they known for? Like what would be like the main dish if you were gonna go there? What is it that you would want to eat?
You could go have Dick's.
What? I don't want to eat a dick.
You can go over to Belle Isle and have a feed of Dick's. You can Dick's fish and chips.
Okay. So a lot of fish and chips.
Yeah.
All right. Frozen fentanyl.
For those on the Facebook side, it's the guy in the States that's Derek. They have rocks and water. People love that.
Yeah, okay. Listen.
Yeah, and then there's the fries with the dressing and gravy.
What isn't it just called poutine?
No, it's like with like stuffing and peas and it's all together.
Isn't that just called leftovers?
Kind of, yeah, but it's all on French fries. See, and Mike agrees. He's good enough to say that.
I'm gonna screen cap that.
Yeah. So.
All right, Cod.
Okay, we're almost at the 2 hours, so we'll cut this off. We'll go and we'll rest up for next week because I need the rest. I played on Thursday night and I was horrible again. So, and he's just gonna get into semantics now. It's just dressing is better than stuffing.
All right, and I have my championship this week for my league.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're almost at the end of this season for kid because Matt does like 12-week seasons, but
yeah, we did a 10-weeker. So we did not do this Thursday because it was Halloween. So next week is
I went to Cornhole on Thursday. I was Cornhole board. Yeah, when you wear that there, people just want to board it all the time when you wear that kind of costume, right? Or throw a corn dog, and it's just it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
All right, everybody.
But yeah,
thank you all for tuning in.
Have fun with each other, just have fun playing cornhole because that's what we need to have. Like Calgary was fun and it was our best event ever. You just need to have fun, and cornhole will be the best thing that's ever happened in your life. That's all. Just gotta have fun.